Alrighty. I am finally here. Had a little bit of a hiccup trying to get this thing logged in and everything ready to go. But we got it all ready to go now. It is Championship Sunday here, and we'll be watching the race here from Phoenix. As you can see, the starting lineup here on the front of the screen. There you go. Yep. I wasn't taking any apart. I was actually listing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 new 164s. So slowly but surely, I'm just chopping into them, getting them all taken care of today. Before we even get this thing all started, I want everyone to know, in case you didn't already from all the Twitter updates and stuff, but Joe Gibbs is racing with heavy hearts today. Loss of Coy Gibbs overnight. Coy Gibbs was the father of Ty Gibbs, and it's the second son that Joe Gibbs has lost, which is just... I cannot imagine, like they say, no parent should ever have to bury their child, and that's happened now twice to Joe Gibbs. So, very heavy hearts for Joe Gibbs. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Any inappropriate comments regarding Ty Gibbs in relation to that? You can talk about Ty Gibbs winning the championship, stuff like that, but any inappropriate slander thrown that way just for trolling reasons, you will be removed. So just letting you know up front, because like I said, it's tough loss. I mean, as much as I was irked yesterday of who ended up winning the championship and all that, look, he's a 20-year-old kid and he lost his dad. Like, there's nothing anyone does that deserves that. So, yeah, let's have 10 seconds of silence before we get rolling here, as they are under pace laps. So we'll get our 10 seconds of silence going quick. Okay. Now, as we're getting ready, they're rolling around under the caution flag, or the pace laps here. And looking at it right now, there it is, 25th. Ross Chastain starts 25th. Christopher Bell starts 17th. Joey Logano on the pole. Kyle Larson 4th, Owners' Championship. And Chase Elliott 5th, only for the Drivers' Championship. That's where they line up for today. And we will be getting ready to roll here. They still got to do their pit road checks and stuff, so not quite that far. And obviously, I am currently multitasking a lot, trying to keep track. The Jets are tied with the Buffalo Bills. That's right. Let's go Jets. Go Vikings. Vikings are, they're having an ugly game. Washington is just playing an ugly game. I mean, that's just, I don't know how they made it work like that, but it's a ugly game they're playing down there in D.C. Oh my gosh, Packers are getting beat by the Lions. Ooh. Time, yes, last ride for the Candyman. In case you haven't seen it, the pit road, or the pace car, I should say, is going to be the M&M's car today. Very cool. Salute to that sponsor. They've been around for a long time. It's a real shame we're losing them, but maybe that's, eventually I hope they come back. That M&M's car was great to have for such a long time. All right, so looking at Chase Elliott. Oh, I love that helmet. Like I said, currently trying to do triple duty and listen to so many different things, which is difficult. Can you say that M&M's is one of the things? Oh, goodness. Yeah, Noah's helmet was pretty cool. Another first down from penalty for Washington. This is how Washington has played the entire game. They look like garbage. They get stopped, penalty free for a first down. Look like garbage, get stopped, free penalty for first down. Like, good grief. I don't know how they keep getting all these free first downs. Like, some are just legit penalties, but others are just like, oh, sketchy as heck. All right, so they're going to be getting ready to... Pennzoil. Who's that? Is that somebody from Pennzoil crew down there by Elliott? Weird. All right, so as we get ready for the rest of our pre-race coverage, looking at the practice times, Joey Logano had a decent car. I think he's the favorite on speed, but I also really thought Chastain and Bell had pretty good cars. Elliott was odd. It was 10th quickest with a decent 10-lap average, but definitely a little like sketchy in terms of who's gonna. Interception for Harrison Smith, and the Vikings are in business. There we go. All right, sorry. Now let's get on to this. I really want to listen to Vikings radio. It's really hard to listen to both, man. But coming to the green flag. Joey Logano brings him to the green. Ryan Blaney on the outside, and we are green from Phoenix, and we are racing for a championship. Joey cuts it down onto the bottom of the apron. He is clear as he heads into win. Chase Briscoe now in second as they head down into turn one for the first time. Coming through the middle of turn one, Kyle Larson on the high side. He gets a good run. Harrison Burton strong on the outside. He'll get around Chase Elliott. All right, so it's Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, and then it looks like, yes, I believe Harrison Burton's going to get that spot from Chase Elliott. So Harrison Burton into the top 5. I did not think he was going to have as good a speed today as he has, but well done for for Harrison Burton. All right, so as they go right now, lap 3 is now complete. Logano out to a half-second lead. Chase Briscoe is second back, then Larson. Elliott has gotten back by Harrison Burton. So 2 championship contenders in the top 5. 3 if you count it for the... it's still 2 if it's for the owner's title. Meanwhile, just for a quick note, Kevin Harvick running for his 19th consecutive top 10 at Phoenix. That would be a NASCAR record. Currently, I believe Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty are the 2 that have that record tied at 18 with him, and he's going to break that record today if he can get a top 10 tonight at Phoenix. All right, lap 4 of 60 in the stage. So 60 laps, they should make it all the way through stage 1 on fuel. I don't believe they'll need fuel at any point. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell starting to make up some ground, but he hasn't. He's still in 17th. Chastain has made up ground. He's up to 19th. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook and the Vikings have tied the game. Okay, sorry. I'm listening to the radio, and Paul Allen is one of the best radio guys for listening to football. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Oh my goodness, Ross Chastain is in a Gibbs sandwich right now. It is Gibbs, all over the place. All right, so as they run right now, 16th for Christopher Bell, 19th for Chastain, 1st and 5th for Logano and Elliott, with Larson in the Owners' Championship running 4th. Yeah, Chastain got 5 spots, but I imagine a lot of that came in from 1 and 2 on the first lap, getting a big rundown in there. He has yet to move forward since he got those first bundle of spots. So 7 laps in, still a half second. I think Ryan Blaney may have a car to win today, if he's allowed to race the championship contender, that is, because I guarantee you there are going to be some team orders in place, and that's expected, but I think he's got a race-winning car, judging by the speed. All right, so as we watch right now, Kevin Harvick in 8th. Like I said, I'm keeping track. I want to see if he can win or break that record with Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt for consecutive top 10 finishes at one racetrack, because I'm telling you, that would be incredible. Yes, the Lions are also winning, but right now it is Logano and Blaney 2.5 seconds ahead of everybody else. So half second on everybody else. Logano driving away. He's got great speed on the short run for sure. Let's see as we run in through the rest of this run. It looks like it's going to be a Penske show today, though. Wonder where Cindric's at. Maneuveral. that'd be a Rick Allen. All right, Chastain has made one spot up now. He got by Denny Hamlin for 18th, so he's getting a little closer. No one that I've seen so far is up into the traction compound, so we will see once that traction compound comes in what we're going to see. To be completely honest, today I don't want a green-white checker. These cars are so tough in dirty air to pass. I hope that it does take place over a long run. But that being said, as you guys know, I'm a Chase Elliott fan, but I'm also going to root for him because he's the most deserving driver. He was the best driver all season, so normally I say, like I did in 2020 and 2021, I'm going to root for Chase Elliott, but I'm also perfectly fine with the deserving champion getting the win. 2020, obviously, Harvick had no chance, but in 2021, I said, hey, Larson winning, I'm good. Like, that's all good with me. And so, same thing today. If Elliott wins it, great, and I'm good. That makes me double happy, I guess. Is my chat not updating? Something's up here. Looks good. Let's see here. Everybody give that thing the thumbs up. I got 9 people in here, actually 10, but we only got 4 likes. Let's get the thumbs up going. And 12 laps in. See where we're at here. 3.6 second lead over third place. So it's the top 2 cars, the 2 Penske's, and then a big gap back to everybody else. They're driving off from the rest of the field. But they will be coming up on lap traffic here relatively shortly. It's only 30 seconds a lap around this joint. And with only 30 seconds a lap, about 28.2, they're about 5-6 laps probably from getting close to lap traffic. Maybe it's more like 10. Yeah, I can't see if the chat's working here. It appears, let me, what do I do here? How do I refresh the chat? Let's go to live chat. There we go. It was trying to do all chat. There we go. Now I can see it again. We're good. Okay. Not sure what's going on there. Okay. But we are heading to our first commercial break, about 15 laps in, which I'm okay with today because, like I said, right now I'm looking at it, and this race is going to be dull for the first little bit. Always is. All the championship drivers this year have been won by the pole sitter. Yes, that definitely has a factor in it because that's the number 1 pit box. The number 1 pit box gets you out first. All right, so under commercial at the moment, I don't see any real ground being made up by anyone specifically. Truex has gotten by Chase Elliott for the 5th spot, so the Toyotas are starting to come forward on the long run. Christopher Bell up to the 14th spot. Chastain in 17th, Elliott back to 6th, and Logano way out front. Chastain is showing some decent pace. I'll definitely say that. But the question is, can it hold on over the long run? Martin Truex Jr. is actually showing to be the fastest car on the track right now, so keep an eye out for Truex. He doesn't want to go winless this year, so don't be surprised if he's hungry. It's going to be Elliott. I had a dream last night that I was in my living room. My mom and grandparents were watching the race, and I heard Rick Allen sing. Well, I hope so. I personally hope so. Weird way for that to go, though. All right, so 7 minutes and 46 seconds in the Vikings game. Once the game's over, it'll be a lot easier for me to stream, but I'm multitasking for now. I'm unashamed. Burton has gone back to ninth. Yeah, I was surprised when he was moving forward early, but now it's starting to fall off, so I'm not as surprised. I don't know, man. They rushed him up so quickly. He just wasn't ready yet, you know? And I think the confidence isn't there either. You know, like Noah's going to come in next year with a boatload of confidence, and it's going to get knocked down a little bit, but at least he's going to have it, you know? Where Burton, I don't think he really had it when he came in. So that to me is the part that I'm not a huge fan of. All right, time to get my mini window here for the Vikings game. All right, looking at Joey's lap times, Ryan Blaney is running faster times behind him, as is Martin Truex Jr. at the time. Now, Truex is starting to catch Kyle Larson, so that's going to play a factor, but definitely something worth keeping an eye on. All right, so Logano's starting to catch into some lap traffic now. I do unscripted diecast racing on my championship for Eric Jones, Kevin Harvick, Daniel Suarez, and Brad Keselowski. Interesting. Exiting turn 4 with a 2.5-second lead. Chase Elliott wins the second Cup Series champion. Okay, well, if he wins by 2.5 seconds, I'm coming to ask you some questions. I will definitely have to ask you questions about that. Say no to Logano. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome in. As we run right now, Chastain is currently up to the 15th spot, so coming forward, as is Christopher Bell, so they're still moving forward slowly but surely. All right, so Ross Chastain still rolling in there. 2.5 seconds now. Logano has opened up over Ryan Blaney. Joey Logano seems to be driving away with this thing. Now, that could be clean air, but it could just be his car is really good in traffic. But looking at that right now, I mean, Joey Logano is out to lunch. Nobody's catching him. Ooh, Blaney almost got in the wall. So maybe Blaney's got something for him. He just got really, really loose in that corner. All right, so as they run right now, it looks like we're about 26 laps in, so we won't really know what the long-run car looks like until another 5 to 10 laps here. All right, looks like Elliott and Truex now battling for the position number 5. So we got a battle coming back. So I think the Elliott car might have some long-run speed here. We'll see what that does and how it trends over the next bundle of laps. I have a good insight that a driver will win today, and a team will win today. And I can narrow it down to 4 different teams and 4 different drivers. One of them's going to win. All right, so look, yes, Elliott has gotten back by the 19 of Truex, and he's got some pretty solid pace. All right, I'm still listening to the Vikings game. So, like I said, if you hear these random bursts of silence, it's because there's a play going on, and then I commentate in the middle. So, like I said, I have no shame in hiding. I'm not gonna even hide it. The only thing I have to hide is the sound, so you guys don't get me copyright claimed and all that junk. All right, so as they run right now, Christopher Bell still up into the 13th spot, but Chastain's up to 14th. Telling you, the long run speed of that one car starting to show up. Martin Truex Jr., like they're talking about right now, coming back next year, but he might come back longer. We just don't know. All right, so still watching the Vikings game. Like I said, it's getting down there. It's down to about 4 minutes left to go in the game. So getting down there. Vikings are never going to let this be easy. They never, ever, ever let us have a nice, easy game. You know, they have to always make us edge of our seat. By the way, just keeping an eye on the ticker, Joey Logano's lead over everybody has kind of closed up. He had about 5.5 on Elliott, 2.6 on Blaney, and everyone's closed back in. So Joey Logano may have hit some traffic, but it's causing the front of the field to accordion back together. So looking at the speeds right now as they run, like I said, I'm watching, and it looks like everybody's starting to run Joey back down. But that, again, could very easily be lap traffic. Chase said during his Countdown to Green interview that he has a good long-run car. Well, that's good to know. I hope that the race does go long. I really don't want to have a bunch of yellows and restarts because I just feel like that's a gimmick. I shouldn't say a gimmick. Like, it's part of racing, but I don't want a 2-lap run to the finish. I feel like that doesn't sum up an entire race, you know? All right, first and goal for the Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson has already made a lot of appearances today. Very nice pickup in the trade deadline for the Vikings. And they have first and goal at the 5. Like I said, I just can't help myself. I still have a really bad feeling that it's going to be Danica too. For who here? I paid $4.99 to watch this on Peacock. Bye-bye. Well, enjoy. Have a good one. Like I said, this is always just commentary. I can't do the broadcast. Oh, Danica too. Okay, I see what we're talking about. Yeah. All right, so we're under our second commercial break, lap 35. So at least they're spreading them out by at least a full 30 laps. Not ideal, but it's better than having multiple back to back to back. We definitely don't want to see that. Yep. Please note the pinned comment at the top, Mighty Racer. All right, just looking at an Ally commercial at the moment, but keeping an eye on it, Martin Truex Jr. has gotten back around Chase Elliott, so that moves him back to 6th. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney has run down leader Joey Logano. He's within half a second. All right, so as they currently run, keep an eye on those lap times once again. Ryan Blaney has a great long run car. Keep an eye on him today. He and Martin Truex Jr. are really showing some very good pace. I think Chastain and Bell also have good cars, but as far back as they are in traffic, it's going to be tough for them. AJ, yeah, I agree. I can't help but be hurt for Ty. I mean, the poor kid is, he's 20 years old, and after what should have been one of the happiest moments of his career and of his life, and to have it just take such a dark and harsh turn on him overnight, man, just that's that's hard. That's a tough loss for that organization and for that team. Because I mean, even for Joe, I mean, to lose one son is tough. To lose another is, I can't imagine for poor Joe either. I mean, you know, we can have our NASCAR fandom back and forth all day long, but at the end of the day, these are people with families and loved ones, and you know, that's not something people should have to do. But unfortunately, it is. 16 of Allmendinger. So, yes, Christopher Bell goes by the 16 of Allmendinger for 12th. Again, looking at it right now, I'm telling you, Ryan Blaney's there. He's coming for that lead, and he's running way better laps than Joey Logano. At least his father got to see him win. I mean, obviously, we'd rather have Coy Gibbs today than a championship, but, you know, if he was going to get called home, I'm glad he got to at least see it first. Yeah, Harrison Burton just dropping back. Good qualifying, but he's got some racecraft. You know, when you start falling back after green like that, some of that's racecraft. Meanwhile, the 12 of Blaney is up in the traction compound, and boy, is he getting a great run through 1 and 2 to get closer and closer to Joey Logano. Yeah, it is. It's sinking in a little. This is Busch's last race with JGR. After 14 years, or 15 actually. All right, so Ryan Blaney, like I said, has closed in. But as the lap traffic starts to affect everyone else, we'll see on that long run. Keep an eye on the scoring monitor. Like I said, Kyle Larson's got a pretty quick car right now. And, yeah, pretty much that's the car I'm watching. I'm looking at who's got the best timing. $17 to go in the first stage. First stage has really clicked by. All right, so 16 laps to go. Like I said, as I'm watching here, okay, so the Vikings have attempted a field goal, but the field goal is no good. I shouldn't say no good. He got run over the long snapper, which is illegal. You can't run through the long snapper on a field goal attempt, and that is going to cause a first and goal Vikings at the 2. Meanwhile, 15 laps to go. But for the Vikings, I mean, now it's time to run that clock out, run the timeouts. It's under the 2-minute mark, so. Meanwhile, William Byron starting to look at the back end of Chase Elliott, trying to get that spot. All right, keeping an eye on it right now as I'm watching the speeds on the racetrack. Joey Logano, his car after this 50 laps is really not good. I mean, his times have really started to fall off. I mean, we'll see here if this is something that's going to come into play. I mean, very easily in the last stage, you got to realize if they split the stage in half, he only has to go about 50 laps. So, well, actually, no, it's 120 and then 2. Wait, no, that ain't right. 120. Is it 190 lap final stage? That can't be right. Maybe it's just the first stage is real short. Yeah, like I said, this is why the championship race is never a good idea. The first stage is always a snoozer because nobody's want to race each other. So we're just sort of sitting here, you know? 11 laps to go, another commercial break. Yes, we are side by side, not commercial. Sorry, side by side. I should be honest. All right, so as they currently run, like I said, there's no passing. This is Phoenix, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Phoenix is never that great a race in these cars. I don't know, you know, I don't know what everyone's expecting. This is why the championship race is dumb, but I had my rant about that last night. Today we focused on the race, but yeah, we're not going to see a ton of passing today. It's pretty tough to make moves, and so it'll be pretty rare. But that being said, I'm looking at the times. I mean, look at Chase Elliott's down to 3.2 seconds behind Logano. Truex is down to 2.3. Like the whole field has accordioned back together in all this traffic, and over the course of a long run, that could really pay dividends as to who ends up out front to end the race. All right. Vikings are going to attempt a field goal with 15 seconds left to try and take the lead. Burton keeps falling. Yeah, I don't know why you're surprised. He's the one that's getting past, but nobody else. I shouldn't say that. Christopher Bell's up to 11th. Meanwhile, keeping an eye on Joey Logano. He's trying to get up to pass, I believe, Ricky Stenhouse to put him a lap down. But as I look at it, I can now see visually. I can see Blaney. I can see... What in the world is Corey LaJoie doing? Is Corey trying to give him room, or... Okay, no, it was a little payback. LaJoie was a pain? Oh, that's good to know. 4 to go in the stage. Blaney, like I said, the gaps went up to almost 6 seconds in between the top 5 cars. It's down to 3. So lap traffic really accordions these guys back together, man. 3 to go, though. I don't think we're going to see, like I said, a lot of action moving forward yet. But Logano really struggling with the 47. Cannot get by. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney is there. Three to go, and I think Logano's not going to have time to catch the other lap car, so for Stenhouse, he'll still get the free pass. One to go in the stage. Wow, this is dull. I'm not going to lie. It's dull. So yeah, 22 should get the end of stage 1. I do see Larson going after Briscoe for a spot, so that could be interesting. We at least have something going on. Larson looking to the bottom of Chase Briscoe. Is he going to have time to get there? Coming off the corner. No, not quite. All right, end of stage 1. It is Logano, Blaney, Briscoe, Larson, Truex moving forward. Elliott back to 6th. Then it's Byron, Harvick, Reddick, and Cindric in the top 10. Other championship contenders of Bell and Chastain running in 11th and 13th with pit stops coming up after the commercial break. Meanwhile, I'm watching the final 10 seconds of the Vikings game. All right, Vikes win. Ugly looking game, but they got the W. All right, so as we're under commercial for the moment, looking at... Oh, what do we got going on here? Oh, it was a final. The Jets got him. Heck yeah, did not see that. God, I wish I could have watched it. The Jets beat the Buffalo Bills at home. Well done, New York. Heck yeah, that team's for real. I'm fine with Phoenix, but I would like Homestead. Should be the finale as an intermediate guy. Honestly, like I said, I just don't like the format style in general. Like, I don't mind the tracks. Like I said, yesterday we had a great race, and all we can end up talking about is championship. But at the end of the day, the racing was great. It was really, really good. Green Bay lost to the Lions. Oh boy, oh boy. They're gonna blow that whole team up, aren't they? Everybody else, oh my gosh, the Vikings probably already clinched the division at this point. Not totally, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they have all but clinched the division at this point. Oh, 15-9? Ooh, that's ugly. Oh, Chargers beat Falcons. There we go. 67 stage 1. There we go. All right, still waiting on pit stops. Pit stops start now. I'm delayed, so mine they're just getting to pit road now. What in the world was that? Oh, Joey was checking up the whole field. That's weird. All right, so on to pit road they go. First car heading to their box is going to be Martin Truex Jr. There we go. All right, Christopher Bell, the first of the contenders to hit his pit box. 4 tires and fuel for everybody, I assume, at this point. All right, Kyle Larson hitting his box. Chase Elliott going to hit his box as well. All right, 4 tires and fuel for everybody. Christopher Bell, 10.4 second stop. Great stop for Christopher Bell there. Great stop for Elliott, 10.2. Good stop for Logano. He got a 10.0. Good stops for all the championship contenders. Larson comes out pit road with a +2. +3 for Byron as well. Blaney -5. Oh, my word. Blaney's crew get better. Chastain also +3 and Bell +2. So all championship contenders now in to the top 10 after pit stops. Update. We have a speeding on pit road. It's the 41 of Cole Custer. It's not even a contender. Cole Custer to the rear, speeding on pit road. Unfortunately. All right, so while we're under commercial, getting ready to go to the next stage, waiting for this ticker to update so we can see what the proper running order is going to be. I also found out I can insert an ad into the live stream, which I wouldn't really do, but I think I'm going to do it over pit stops. Mostly because I can't do anything anyway. So I think they're skippable. If they're not, like I said, it'll be over pit stops anyway. So, or not pit stops, but like my pit stops. So yeah, Custer going to the rear. Yes. Alrighty. Hey, look at that. Good job hiding the bots. Appreciate that. All right, so as we get ready to go, we're already 6 laps into the stage, but there's our running order. As we head into the restart zone, it'll going to be Logano, Larson, Briscoe, Byron, Truex, Elliott, Blaney, Harvick, and then Bell and Chastain in the top 10. Corey LaJoie is going to be the first car lap down when we get restarted. Wow. Rowdy Nation, enjoy your time at RCR. As for the M&M's ride, it's been a heck of a story. What am I going to say? Heck of a story. That's all I can say. I mean, all the way from 2011, the ups, the downs, the injury, the championships. Like, it's been quite a wild ride for Wild Thing, and he'll be back next year. So it's not like it's it's not like it's a goodbye or anything. But last time seeing that M&M's car on track, that's a iconic. That's a really iconic car. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, my whole thing about this championship is I just don't care for the format. The thing is, the track can still host the championship race. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with the format. Because right in today, you'd have 2 burnouts, Chase Elliott and the race winner, unless Chase happened to win it. But otherwise, you'd have 2 burnouts. This Phoenix would kind of feel like a championship caliber racetrack, and it would build that image over time. But, I don't think you have to have a championship race to really have a championship venue, All right, coming to the green flag for stage 2. Logano launches from the bottom lane. Larson on top. Briscoe on the bottom as well. Oh, wow. Chase Briscoe and Joey Logano will clear Larson as they head off into turn number 1. All right, coming out of turn 1, looks like Chase Elliott has found his way to the 5th spot. He was restarting 6th, but I think he took the inside on the restart. So Logano away clean with the lead, and then in the back we have a battle for basically every other position. 3 wide now for the fourth spot. I forgot third is also part of the second place battle. So Larson and Briscoe battling, and then it's 3 wide right now for the 4th spot. That's with Truex, Byron, and Elliott. Oh, great run. Christopher Bell got to the outside of Chase Elliott. Big wiggle down the backstretch. Now Christopher Bell going to try and make a move on that 9 car. All right, so keeping an eye on our contenders. Chastain's still in 10th, but Christopher Bell has come to play. He's up to the 6th spot. He's going to clear Chase Elliott, but is he going to clear Ryan Blaney? Wow, that's tight. He will. He'll clear Ryan Blaney as well, so Chase Elliott will slide back to 8th, and Christopher Bell up to 6th as Blaney looks on from the outside. Blaney had a tough pit stop there, but he is coming back to the front, slowly but surely. Burton in 17th. Fun while it lasted. Yeah, unfortunately. All right, so now Elliott does get back by Blaney. He will cement himself into the 7th spot. And Logano is driving away as he did last time. I mean, we're talking like 3/10 faster than the field. Like, he is absolutely crazy fast right now. Meanwhile, Chase Briscoe losing a spot to Martin Truex on the outside. And lined up with him comes William Byron. So Truex finds his way to 3rd. Championship contenders run 1.679 at the moment. All right, so Chase Briscoe actually does cement into 4th. I thought he was going to get passed by William Byron, but has maintained that position, so well done for him. He'll settle in. And as they currently run, like I said, championship contenders, 1st, 6, 7, and 9, with Kyle Larson running 2nd. Keep an eye on that. That's for the Owners' Championship. I still don't like the numbers. I gave it a full season, guys. I still don't like them. Like the number 24, move the number back. The scheme still looks great. Looks better, actually. It was an unnecessary change. I will stand by that. All right, meanwhile, as I'm watching it, like I said, Joey Logano's gone. He's out to a 2.5 lead, so only downside is for Joey Logano is if he doesn't have the lead late in this race, we'll see how it runs in traffic, but that long run speed for Joey is not there. So if he has to start back in the field and burn his stuff up trying to get forward over the course of a long 60, 65 lap run, could be trouble. That being said, I remember Homestead, he had a very, very fast 10-lap car, and then it would fall off, but he just got lucky in 2018, and there was a caution with 10 to go. And he just got lucky. It was caused by Brad Keselowski flat out dumping the 19. Like, almost as if Penske wanted a caution with 10 to go, and a Penske car caused a caution. I mean, that's weird. That still irks me to this day. Because like I said, he had no chance at the championship without a 10-lap run to the finish, and he got the 10-lap run by his teammate full-blown running somebody over, which is not a normal thing for Brad. He doesn't just run somebody over for no reason, but he did that day. So, this format is not good for that exact reason. It's too easy to manipulate an entire championship. You can't do that over the course of 36 races. Somebody can pull over and give you a point 2 to 3 times a year. But in one race, oh yeah, one car can easily manipulate the outcome of a race, you know? Right after Elliott wins today, I'm pre-ordering the championship hat and shirt. Then in a few months, pre-order the Phoenix win. Heck yeah. Now, I'm keeping an eye on Christopher Bell. He seems to be the only one that's able to really move forward consistently, and he's done so. He's up to 6, running good laps. Like, I would not be surprised if we see him battling, if we see Bell battling Logano here soon. Christopher Bell making a move. No, sorry, that's Ryan Blaney making a move on Christopher Bell. Blaney coming back forward. He's up in the traction compound, and he's making good speed up there. Oh my goodness, Joey Logano is driving away with this, man. That 22 car is going to need to be just like Ty Gibbs. He's going to have to get sent back in traffic to even have a shot. Lap 122. Oh, we got a caution. Caution, caution. Who's the caution? No contenders by the looks of it. Trying to see who our caution is. It's not Harvick. Stenhouse. Ricky Spinhouse Jr. So 20 laps in. Oh, wow. Multi-cars, it looks like. Now, I'm not sure how much the tires have fallen off, but I'd be interested to see if you're Chase Elliott, do you come down to pit road and get some adjustments? Who's Giggles? That's Joey Giggles Logano. Interesting. Oh, yeah, Landon Castle had a weird issue. That thing just snapped around. What in the world happened there? That was weird. I mean, that thing just jolted out of line. That was bizarre. Huh. So yeah, an interesting issue there. It looks like the 77, it looks like the rear end almost just shifted outside the rear of the car or something. Very weird way that thing just jolted loose. I mean, man, that snapped quick. All right, looks like some of them are coming in. Looks like they're all coming. Dude, really? If everyone pits, I stay out, man. Give me that track position. That is not if I'm a Championship 4 contender, but if I'm anyone else, heck yeah. It's only been 20 laps. Oh my gosh, they're all coming. Every single car. Are you serious? No strategy. Hey, Ty Dillon, we got some strategy in the back. Oh, wait, Ty Dillon's a lap down, isn't he? Let me look. Yep, he's a lap down. Okay, apparently nobody's going to try strategy. Don't ask me why. This is what drives me nuts about crew chiefs, man. It's been 20 laps. Like, yes, there's fall off, but if you're running clear back with, Bubba Wallace or Kyle Busch in 25th and 26th, do something. Heck, I think we got some 2 tire stops. No, those are 4 too. Anyone at least do 2 tires? Eric Jones did the 2 tires. Somebody did oh my goodness. Hands down, somebody did strategy today. Thank goodness. Well done. Well done. Somebody did strategy. Woohoo! Eric Jones. Good grief. Like, nobody tries anything, man. Try something. How can, like, every Ford driver but Blaney literally the least controversial out of them all? How can, like... Wait, what about Blaney? I'm confused. I'm reading that wrong, right? Oh, as far as wins, maybe? Is that what you're referring to? Yep, 43 out first. I love it. I love that call. Going for the lead. Yeah, Elliott had a slow stop, but he also, I think, we're making some adjustments, so I'm not surprised. Anyone stay out? Oh, well, Cole Custer might have stayed out. Cole Custer, ladies and gentlemen. We may have a front row of other cars going into this restart. I'm kind of excited for that. Like I said, I don't know why if you're... Who's back here? Chris Buescher? Oh, wait, no, those are wave around cars. Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Justin Haley. None of them tried pit strategy here. Like, none of them? I don't know. Call me crazy, but the clean air has shown all year to be a major factor, and I just feel like you got to take a shot. And I don't know. I feel like when you're running that far back, to jump 30 spots of track position is a worthwhile gamble. Because say they only run 30 laps, and you fall in, say you fall into 7th, and a caution comes out after 30, 35 laps. Guess what? You could have come back in and be on the same cycle as everyone else now. Like, that's crazy. How do you never like Blaney? Of all the Ford guys, that would be the easiest one to root for. He's such a good, clean racer. Two tires for Jones. Love it. All right, NBC. Trying to see if there's any more updates. Nothing at the moment. Oh, let's get back to the leaders. Whoop. Yeah, Cole Custer stayed out. I love that call. I love it. That was a great call for Cole Custer. Yeah, gotta clear my throat. Alrighty. As I come to the green flag, it's going to be Cole Custer on the outside and then Eric Jones on the bottom. We'll see what those tires do because I'm telling you, that's going to be a play late in this race. 2020 Talladega? Dude, that's Talladega. I don't call Talladega anything. Ryan Blaney is one of the cleanest drivers out there. If you want to point out one instance from 2 years ago as the only thing you can find, I'm not going to go for that. All right, back to the green flag. Joey Logano just dipped out of line before the start-finish line. That's not a legal move. I mean, he's a championship contender, so they're not going to do anything, but that's not legal, what Joey just did. Joey's going to get clear, but I'm telling you, that is a penalty. I mean, again, they're not going to enforce it because NASCAR never enforces penalties correctly, but you can't jump below the apron coming to the line. Like, you have to stay in line until the start-finish line. And he was well below the car in front of him. So, like I said, that's something NASCAR's going to have to do at some point because that move is not legal, like I said. Chastain to the bottom. He's making a move for the 8th spot. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell, 3 wide, back in the pack. Oh, we got contact between Bell and oh my goodness, Elliott and Bell make contact. Chastain is on the bottom. They are all 3 wide for 9th and 10th while Joey Logano just drives away up front. Oh, Cole Custer just washed right up. Oh, oh my goodness, Christopher Bell got arrow tight bad right behind Cole Custer. Got right behind him and the thing just let go. Christopher Bell all the way back to 15th place after a huge slide, getting stuck behind Cole Custer there coming out of the corner. My goodness, that is some tight racing up there. 3 wide in the middle of the front stretch. Or sorry, that's the back stretch now. I forget. It's weird when they change a racetrack in the middle of its, you know, I've watched Phoenix for 10, 12 years and then it changed. All right, now things are starting to settle out at least a little bit. Ooh, man, that was tight. Yeah, I don't see the speed out of the Elliott car today. They're going to need to do something pit strategy-wise, but Alan Gustafson's not known for pit strategy, so that makes me nervous. Meanwhile, just a quick note on the tire strategy. Eric Jones still running in the top 10. He's still running 6th. So, I mean, with a lot of laps left in the stage, obviously, but I think he's going to have a pretty decent run trying to hold on to that. So Larson now second, Blaney third, Truex fourth, and Briscoe gets into the top 5 in 5th. So yes, good to note for later is that if you pull down from the bottom lane, you will probably not be penalized. Because by the rule, like I said, Logano's move was penalized yesterday. I can't remember who got penalized, but they're not going to call it, at least if you're a championship contender today. So that's just something for the mental notebook because, like I said, that was as blatant as it gets. Because he was side by side crossing the line. Like you can't do that. But if you're a championship 4 contender, I think it's legal apparently. But that's just because NASCAR doesn't officiate their rules properly. They never have. That's not new, by the way. It's just how NASCAR is. I'm just not fond of it. So Chastain has found his way to 6th. Like I said, Christopher Bell way back after that big slide. He's found his way to 13th. Coming out of the corner, looks like Chastain still in the 6th spot, trying to chase down Chase Briscoe. If they were the only 4 cars on track, it would be a very, very, very dull battle. But that's why this entire format is silly. I will never, ever, ever let that slide because it just is. It's a silly format in a motorsport to determine everything on a race, you know. There's a lot of guys who won races in a lucky way. I mean, think about it, guys. We have not seen a rain race in Phoenix, but how long would it take after a rain race for them to change a format? Because all it takes is a rain-shortened race, like how Justin Haley won, for this entire format to be completely exposed. You know? All it takes is that, he got past halfway, caution comes out for the stage, everyone pits. Oh, no, a random pop-up shower came in, and you know, one guy stayed out. Oh, no, it's raining really hard. I guess we have to call the race. And all of a sudden, the championship was determined by a rain shower. Like, do we really want that? Because I don't. All right, so 42 of 125 laps. They are on the fuel window, so it will be very close if they can make it on fuel or not. Let's see here. In my opinion, I don't think Bowman deserves to be a Hendrick. He is the most inconsistent. Give him one more year. Let's see what him and Blake Harris do next year. Because they haven't. The thing is, I don't like the idea that this guy's worse than these guys. It's like, well, Byron was worse. Then they swapped his crew chief, and they got way better. So let's do the same thing with Bowman and see what happens. Because I don't like, if you got to make some changes to see where the issues are. Because if you got one bad crew chief, he can make anybody look slow. All right, at the moment, Ryan Blaney 2.6 seconds back. Like I said, Joey Logano has checked out. But Ryan Blaney's the fastest car on the racetrack. Meanwhile, for 5th, here comes Chastain underneath Chase Briscoe for that position. He's looking to be in the top 5. All right, so we're under a commercial break at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries the Hail Melon if he's in 3rd or something. I don't think he's going to gain 2.5 seconds like last week, but I do think it's potentially an option. If anyone wins a championship by doing the Hail Melon, it should be him. All right, looking at it on the racetrack, like I said, fastest car on the track is Ryan Blaney, and it's not really close. He is significantly better than his teammate. So, hey, let's see if Ryan Blaney can get that win that he's been looking for all season long. This may be the first time the championship 4 is not the 1 through 4 or whatever on the, for the title. Because looking at it, I could see Ryan Blaney winning this race. Joey Logano's the second best car, but if Joey has any issue late, right now the second car is 6th place. Normally, if you're running 6th, you're, last of the contenders. So, oh my goodness. Jackson Gibbs, the nephew of Coy Gibbs, is still changing tires today for Christopher Bell. So he is still there at the track. I knew he was on that pit crew, but he is still changing tires today for that 20 crew. And, wow, what a trooper. Oh, yeah, look at it. I mean, Blaney is running Logano down right now. Final race for Greg Ives. I know that's a kind of story under the radar, but it is his last race. Started his career back in 2015 with Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Cup Series after winning the 2014 championship with Chase Elliott. And, he's had some ups and downs, won a lot of races, but never has gotten to that championship. All right, so lap 52 of the stage in. Like I said, still watching Joey Logano, and like I said, Ryan Blaney starting to chase him down, but Kyle Larson coming as well. We'll see if he is able to catch him or pass him, because both are a little different from each other. Meanwhile, the other question we got to ask ourselves is, when do cars start coming to pit road? Because they pitted with 100 laps to go, and they said the pit window is anywhere from 90 to 95, so the question is, can you make it on fuel? Good to hear for the. They're just talking about not Cliff Daniels. Sorry, Greg Ives on the broadcast. All right, so like I said, 54 laps in. I'm watching that lead of Joey Logano just evaporate as Ryan Blaney continues to close in. Yeah, Phoenix is not the greatest track for this. But I also don't think Homestead is. At the end of the day, Homestead is really suited for very specific drivers. And I don't think Homestead is a great measuring stick for who should be the champion either. I don't think one race can determine a champion. I've said it 100 times. I just don't think it's a good measuring stick to say, oh, you're good one track, so you're therefore a champion. Like, nah. I mean, you imagine how much outcry there would be if they said, you know what, championship race this year's on a road course. It's like, well, they would all say, well, Chase Elliott's a shoe-in now, because at the end of the day, there are certain guys that are just better on road courses. Just like there's certain guys better at short tracks. I don't think you can determine a champion at one specific venue. NASCAR is the only sport where the playing field changes every week. So meanwhile, keeping an eye on it, like I said, Ryan Blaney's still running down Joey Logano little by little. All right, so Joey Logano, his lead is down to only on 9/10 of a second. So, like I said, Ryan Blaney coming. They're also showing Chase Elliott getting past Eric Jones. So, Eric Jones, pit strategy, he now runs 8th. 9th. He just got passed for 9th. 58 laps in. Actually, sorry, the 20. So, 38. 38 laps into the run, and he has fallen to 9th. Guess what? He was running 20th before. Telling you, man, pit strategy works, and I cannot believe these guys are not trying it more often. That 43 stayed out on tires for a long time. Going to Mexico for Thanksgiving week? Wow. Yeah, the race is a little dull. I won't disagree there. I will be doing some snowmobiling and keeping up on the website and then getting prepared for going to Daytona in February. Going to the Daytona 500. Very excited for that. So keeping an eye on it at the moment. Ryan Blaney has kind of got within a second and then stalled. All right, so Ross Chastain's starting to save that fuel. He is no longer shifting, so we are going to see a couple different guys, I assume, start to pull that method. Big wiggle out of Chastain as they're running right now. All right, so guys, just listen to the broadcast. It sounds like everybody's about 5 laps short on fuel, so going to be interesting to see what we have going to the end of the stage here. Pace has dropped a little bit, but it's still pretty quick. I mean, we're only about a second off the original starting pace, so they do seem to have some pretty solid speed in these cars at the moment. Assume there was no stages, since stages mean nothing today. 100%. I think you can't change the rules for one race, like for the championship race. I don't think you can change the rules. But that being said, I definitely don't care for don't care for stages. Toy ad for sure. Oh, it's a dull race. What are we gonna say? It's a snoozer. You know, nobody can really pass. Everyone just gets close to each other. There's no comers and goers. It's just, that's the problem with this, is this car does not race well at short tracks, man. I'm telling you. They have got to figure that out by next year. Because, like, right now, you know, say what you want about Eric Jones. He stayed out on old tires, and he's managed to sit there in ninth. You know, he ain't going anywhere. So, it opens up some strategy, but, boy, it's tough to make passes. That is a problem. All right, so under commercial at the moment, like I said, not much to watch. Unfortunately, everything is just sort of dulled out a little bit for now. Not sure. It's a dull race. Like I said, this is why, you know, if this was the championship race, we'd still be watching the battle for the lead, you know, and the racing there, and we'd be saying, oh, Chase running in 8th, you know, but he's already locked it up or he's close or whatever, you know, there's a points battle to watch. And there'd be points battles for multiple positions. But instead, we're only talking about 4 cars. So, you know, Ryan Blaney running 2nd, irrelevant. Truex running 4th, irrelevant. Briscoe in 5th, irrelevant. Harvick 6th, irrelevant. You know, we don't talk about it now because of that, which is unfortunate. So I'm really curious to see who's all saving fuel, because right now Ryan Blaney has run down Joey Logano for the race lead, so he is there. Meanwhile, coming up behind him kind of quickly is Kyle Larson. He is up to 3rd. Or he's been running in 3rd, but he's down to 2 seconds behind. So he's chopped a whole second off that lead. Now it's going to get closer and closer. Bring it back now. Oh, the COT, the Gen 5. That was a good car, man. I would love to see that car come back. All right, so 72 laps into the stage. We still got 50 laps to go. So like I said, it's going to be tight on fuel for a lot of these guys. Keep an eye on Truex in 4th. I think he may have a good car today. Also, Christopher Bell has found his way back to 12th, but not much further. So still having to work real hard to get any of them spots back. Why did everyone hate it? They hated the way it looked. They hated the way it looked. Like, that's the thing that drives me nuts, is the drivers didn't like driving it. They said it handled bad, and they didn't think it looked very good. Well, neither does the Xfinity car. But you know what? People love racing it for some reason. Yeah, I think that one was one that people complained too much, and they ended up losing out on a really good car. Blaney has caught Joey Logano. He's looking for the lead. Does not have enough fuel. So is Ross planning to come back and pit is the question. All right, so Joey gets past Ty Dillon. That puts him a lap down. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney finding his ways to second still. People who want clean, calm racing are getting what they want, but they're still complaining. No, it's not. People don't really want calm racing. They do want good, clean racing. The problem is this car is just not good for either of them. Unfortunately, you kind of are so everyone's running the same speed, which means that when everyone runs the same speed, nobody can pass each other, and that's exactly where we're sitting right now. Is nobody can seem to make moves on each other because you have to be significantly better to actually finish the pass, and everyone is so equal right now. Where before, you had cars that, over the course of a run, they fell off so much that, all of a sudden this guy running 7th is running second fast on the track, so he'd start moving forward. The guy running 3rd, his car didn't hold on, he's falling back, and so you'd have different movements throughout a run. Right now, they kind of get set in their spot and run. Like, Christopher Bell had a great-looking car, and when he shuffled back to 15th on that one restart, just had one little bobble and fell to 15th. He's only up to 11th. He's only gained 4 spots over the next 40-some laps. Like, there's an issue with the car, and it doesn't create good racing, because you got to have that comers and goers go with it. Look at Ryan Blaney. He caught up to Logano, got caught in the dirty air, and then has fallen off after that. The dirty air, I'm telling you, it's so powerful, and it creates such an advantage versus a disadvantage. It's a very big discouragement for passing. And the only reason that's so frustrating is because, like I said, we had a good version for such a long time, and now we've lost it. 81 down, so still 45 laps to go. Plenty of time here in the stage. Question just comes down to, do they have to pit or not? I'm not even worried. I know Elliott's going to win this. Well, you'd be the only one I know of. Christopher Bell on fresh tires ran down Eric Jones, couldn't pass him. I mean, that's, like I said, just frustrating. Because I know Christopher Bell's a better car, but he just can't get by because it's all about clean air and tires. He might have a run on him. Yeah, Jones is going to give him a room. He's going to give him the lane. So that's not as much hard. That's the thing, though. That's not hard racing. He didn't race him for the spot. He just once he got there, he said, go ahead, go by. And that's what we always say we expect from the championship guys, but at the end of the day, it's not good for racing when 4 guys have a different level of, etiquette they're given. All right. So yeah, at the moment it's kind of a snoozer, man. Oh, gosh. And just think, guys, we are guaranteed another championship race here next year. What a snooze. Yeah, let's get the Gen 5. Hey, say what you want. I mean, as much as Ty Gibbs dominated the race yesterday, it was still a good race all throughout the rest of the field. Ah, yes, that's a good idea. Let's do football scores. Because everything else is boring. I can't explain why. It's just really dull right now. Let's go here. Shrink that down. All right, let's go find our football scores. All right, scores update. Rams trail the Buccaneers 3-0, but they do have the ball. Seahawks up 10-7 on the Arizona Cardinals with the ball. Lions beat the Packers earlier today 15-9. That was an ugly game for Aaron Rodgers. Dolphins hold on against the Bears 35-32, but the Bears offense has apparently woken up over the last couple weeks. The Jets upset the Bills today 20-17, and the Patriots beat the Colts today 26-3. Let's see other scores. We got the Bengals beating up on the Panthers 42-21. Jaguars 27-20 over the the Las Vegas Raiders. Viking over the Commies 20-17, and the Chargers beat the Falcons 20-17 as well. Eagles beat the Texans on Thursday night 29-17, and then tonight's game will be Titans Chiefs, and tomorrow night's game is Ravens Saints. So yeah, Joey Logano, like I said, he's pretty much just driving away. Kyle Larson's starting to close in a little bit, so at least we're seeing something. But yeah, definitely at the moment, we're not seeing a lot of movement out of anybody. Patriots win. Yes, they did. Hey, the Jets are a bad matchup for heavy offensive teams. The Jets are going to be a problem for any of those teams. I think if they got to the playoffs, the Jets could be trouble for the Chiefs and the Bills. Just that's a tough team to play against. All right, so we're talking about some fuel strategy maybe coming in here. Some of those guys not quite going to make it on the fuel. Looks like Cole Custer may have come down for tires. All right, so the one is going to back it down to try and make it on fuel. Oh, the 9 car is on pit road. 9 car has pitted. All right, pit strategy has started. All right, so there's Alan Gustafson pulling some pit strategy. All right, so as they come back out, we'll see where he runs as far as on the lap timer, but he is now running in the 27th position. Looks like his last lap was a 28.3. Leader running 29.0, so he's going to have about a half second to a second a lap on the leader. Problem is he came out around Eric Jones 12 seconds off, so it's going to take at least 20-some laps for him to get that lap back if he tries to go that direction with it. But also, by the way, Martin Truex Jr. has gotten by Kyle Larson for third. Sounds like the one car coming to pit road next time by. So the one car has given up on trying to save as well. So I'm really very curious how some cars can be so much shorter than others. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Ryan Blaney to the inside. Oh man, he is there. Blaney sends it down into turns 1 and 2. And Blaney goes to the lead. Ryan Blaney, winless all year, now looking for his first win of the season. Cole Custer, he did the pit strategy first. Smart move, because Cole Custer, after he pitted, he came out, so much further ahead. Oh, sorry, no, he's 2 laps down. Never mind. I thought, wow, he's really up there. But no, because Cole Custer stayed out. He had to pit. He had no choice. And there you can see the difference in speed. Chase Elliott to the bottom of Bell just completely clears and drives off. And Christopher Bell, 8 seconds. So Chase Elliott now about 8 seconds behind the leader. Byron just goes by Blaney. So Byron must have just pitted. Must have had a bad pit stop, too, while he was at it. Man. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell going past Ross Chastain. So Chastain's still really saving hard. Do not let that... Don't sleep on Ross Chastain saving the fuel he's saving right now. That might be the only thing that lets him get to the end of this stage. Apparently the Toyotas are good. No issue at all for them. All right, looks like worst case scenario here, Chase is going to be able to get by Blaney because they are now on the same straightaway. So he is closing quickly. Lap time wise, he's running 28.2s to the 28.9s. So still over half a second. That'll be a very big thing because if Elliott does not get to be first car on the lead lap, he's gonna go by Brad Keselowski here in a little bit. Coy Gibbs, Coy Gibbs, the father of Ty Gibbs, passed away last night. So that's why everyone's keeping Gibbs' family in their prayers. All right. So as we're running right now, Ryan Blaney's starting to pull away. Now Joey Logano's trying to save to make sure he makes it to the end of the stage. Let's see. Elliott's lap time, 28.2 to a 28.9. He's still closing at least 0.7 a lap. All right, looks like Chase Elliott has caught up to Martin Truex Jr. now. That's a third-place car, so he is within 2.5 seconds of the leader, 2.8. So he will have to go... He's now the first car lap down, but he'll have to go past a couple more cars, and then he can unlap himself. That's just to avoid the disaster that would be coming if these other guys don't pit at all. Because right now, everybody... I mean, he's up to 21st position, so he's going to probably pass people all the way to the end of the stage here, and you're going to see... he might even end up in the top 10 by the end of this, but it's all going to come down to how long the stage runs. So 18 laps to go. If he continues that pace, he'll probably end up in the top 10, pending who else has to pit. If everyone else has to pit, Chase Elliott's going to lead the stage. But I don't think anyone else is going to try and pit, so that's why he needs to try and unlap himself. It was a good call if they weren't going to make it on fuel to come in as early as he did, because otherwise he wasn't going to be able to take advantage of those tires. You know, William Byron had the same problem. And where's William Byron at? Good grief. Wait, is he still on the lead lap? He's 17th. Huh. I guess he's still on the lead lap. I thought he went a lap down. No, he isn't. So, yeah, William Byron must have pitted earlier than Chase. He must have known much earlier on and decided to come in. All right, Chase Elliott has officially unlapped himself and gone by Daniel Suarez at the same time. So he is into the 20th position. So he is safe from being trapped a lap down. That being said, keep an eye on William Byron. He pitted at an earlier point in the stage, and he's up to 15th. So, I mean, I don't know what they did, but man, good job on that car. So yeah, as much as fuel strategy could come into play, that's big news that they couldn't make it like that. Question is, how good are these other guys on fuel right now? So we at least have some fuel strategy. All right, so watching the lap timers right now, like I said, keep an eye on William Byron. He has got a pretty good car. He's up to 14th. Elliott up to 18th. 12 to go in the stage. They're already 86 laps. They're thinking they can go 90. No, they can go a whole 100 laps? Wow. That's interesting. How much earlier did he come in? 144. Elliott came in at 152. Six laps of difference? No, 8. William Byron came in 8 laps before Chase Elliott. Just 8. And look at how far forward he is. He's 14th, 16 seconds back. Elliott is 23. He gained 7 seconds on Chase Elliott by just pitting 8 laps sooner. That's a huge deal, man. $97? Really? $89 laps they've already run. So if we're going to have fuel issues, you'd see them here in the next 10 laps. I mean, obviously there's 10 laps to go on the stage, but we're going to find out real quick. Meanwhile, if Logano does run out, Christopher Bell would suddenly be the leader of the championship. Bell has gotten all the way up to 6th. Man, I'm telling you guys, these guys are backing their pace off. I don't think they were quite as good as they thought. Ross Chastain's pace at 29.3, Elliott's pace at a 28.4 Elliot's going to be on Chastain's bumper by the end of this stage. When do they take out the grass? I don't know. I never really liked that decision. I think they moved the start-finish line to present a gimmick. They were like, oh, we can cut this whole section of track out. And I'm like, that's not really good. Even tighter on fuel. Man, I'm very interested to see here. 6 to go, and everyone's still running. Oh boy, this is tight. 5 to go. And if Joey runs out of fuel, he's in trouble for 2 reasons. Because he's not going to get back to the front. If Joey Logano runs out of fuel, he's not going to make it to his pit stall. He won't be able to coast all the way through pit road. This is risky, man. All right, 95 laps in. This strategy is very edge of your seat at this moment. 4 to go. All right. 2 to go, so they're all still running. It looks like so far everybody's going to make it. One to go in the stage. I think... Oh, Ryan Blaney just ran out of fuel! Nope, no, he got it back going. He got it back going. They're going to have to cut it. Cut it. Just coast. You got nothing to gain. Just coast it around. Coast it. Coast it. Brake failure? I don't know. All right, so at the end of the stage, Chase Elliott gets back to 12th. So as bad as it looked early in the stage, it didn't end up that bad. And especially if he wasn't going to have enough fuel regardless to make it, I think that's probably a decent call to get it in when you did. William Byron ends up 7th on it, so he actually split the stage just right. And the other thing to remember, those guys don't need a full tank of fuel. They've only run 30-some laps, so they will be able to take as long as they want. Or they'll just change their 4 tires and go, where these other guys, they're going to have to wait on fuel. They're going to want to put as much fuel in that thing as they can. Do you have any 2022 NASCAR Championship Weekend pins? I don't know. I got to see if I got any coming. You can get them at pitshop.com if you want to try and get them before the event. I usually don't get pins till months later. So if you want a championship pin, you can get one from pitshop.com. That's where I usually get them from. And then eventually they run out, and then I have a few extras. But you can check pitshop.com to see. All right, let's find out if they're going to make it around under yellow. All right, another update on scores. I think there's only 2 games going on right now. I gotta look. Yeah, there's only 2 games going on right now. Cardinals still trailing 10-7 to the Seahawks, and the Rams have taken the lead 7-3 over the Bucs. If they run out under caution, they're just going to have to drop back. All right, coming to pit road this time. All right, let's see. Bell ran it all on one set of fuel. So let's see if they wait extra long on fuel on this stop. Oh, definitely fuel took a while. Oh, Joey Logano did not have a good stop. He comes out 5th. Chase Elliott 6th. Chase Elliott gained 6 spots on pit road. Now, that's not unexpected. Remember, he did not need full fuel. So, Blaney, Briscoe, Harvick, Byron comes out 4th. Then it's going to be Logano, Elliott. So, definitely a big deal there because, like I said, he did not need to take a full tank of fuel because he had already pitted for some. So, that's a big, big difference right there. Like, that's good to know going forward because you never know when that might come in handy again. Now, moving forward, lap 312 is 122 laps away. So they definitely can't make it on fuel here. But that being said, do you split it in half and go at lap 60? Do you go 60 and 60? Do you try to stretch it? Go 90 and then hope for a late race yellow and then stay out? A lot of options there. And I think, honestly, at this point, if you are, if you're not in position to win, so say you're Christopher Bell or Ross Chastain and you're outside the top 10 or way back there, or even Chase Elliott, if you have no shot at catching Logano, stay out long. Stay out long. Try to catch a caution and keep them trapped a lap down. Also, you might just get lucky and you lead them down pit road and you get fresh tires, get to lead the cycle. There's a lot of things that can go right for you. So definitely worth a look. As I said, Joey's going to have to deal with traffic for the first time all day starting 5th. And everyone's on equal tires now, so that battle for the championship is going to start in position number 5 now. So Blaney gets a stage win, comes out first. Ryan Blaney looking for that first win of the year. Also, can't cut out Kyle Larson in that owner's title running 8th. I hope we don't get an entertainment caution. I really do. I do not want entertainment cautions. Man, Christopher Bell came out 11th. Now, he had to wait on the fuel, but man, 11th position. That's a big loss for Christopher Bell. How can you even eat if you're that high in the air? Honestly. How is your stomach not an absolute knots right there? Like, you're just supposed to eat like a normal person while then looking and realizing if you drop a table scrap, it's going to fall 150 feet? Like, good grief. How, like, I would not be able to sit up there. I would have so much adrenaline going, and everything would be so antsy. And instead, you're sitting down there looking at it, and it's like, I'm sorry, how are you even able to, focus on eating something? No way! I would never do it. Sorry, can't do it. Nope. All right, so on the restart, it's going to be Blaney on the bottom, Harvick and Logano behind him, and on the high lane, it's going to be Briscoe, Byron, and Elliott. All right, 120 to go in the 2022 season. Coming to the green. And for the first time all day, Joey Logano is not in the championship position. Oh, big crash coming out of turn 4. Well, maybe not. It's just a lot of smoke. Big crash. It looked like a big crash. It actually wasn't, though. You just see that much smoke on a restart and then 2 sideways cars. You assume there's more, but nope, just 2 of them. All right, so a quick spin. That'll give them a chance to save a little fuel if they choose. Yeah, it looked like a big crash. I mean, coming out of the corner. My goodness, they were 4 wide. Oh, yeah, 4 wide. That was just never going to work. And then McDowell got turned off the nose trying to avoid it. So, yeah, it looked a lot worse than it actually was. A lot of smoke, not a lot of cars, though. That's a good thing. All right, well, I'm throwing that in quick. I'll be right back. Going to do my pit stop, and so I'll be right on back. are back. Still searching for my koozie. I guess we'll use the Noah koozie for now. No, there's my Elliott koozie. Gotta have the right koozie. Oh, another commercial. Never mind. I thought we were getting ready to go. Okie dokie. Ooh, smell like smoke. Why? Is the basement just that smoky? All right, so getting ready to go. It looks like they're going to score Elliott ahead of Logano coming to the next restart. Not sure if that's a big deal or not, but like I said, first time all day that he's not been a leader. Christopher Bell actually went backwards on that restart. He's back to position number 12. Full stage coming in here, guys. Oh, come on. I'm tired of commercials. Let's go. Alrighty. Quick update: Seahawks and Cardinals 10-7 at the half, and Bucks still lead or trail the Rams 7-3 with 7:02 to go in the half. Alrighty. Well, as we wait for the restart, Ross Chastain in position number 8, so he's getting closer and closer to the front. So that's definitely a relevant situation here. All right, Logano says it fires off pretty tight in dirty air, so we're about to find out. Yes, indeed, skull. Another freaking heart attack. I don't know, they're only allowed to play close games. We'll see next week at Buffalo. That'll be a big game. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week at noon, they play Buffalo. Should be an interesting game. All right, coming to the choose. Elliott chooses the bottom. Logano chooses the top. What did I crack open? Just a regular old Mountain Dew. All right, let's go. How many laps to go is there? Oh, still well over 100. That's good. 114 laps to go, so they're not within the fuel window just yet. All right, coming to the green, they fire off. Oh, Chastain dumps the 9! Oh, no! Ross Chastain just hooked the 9 and spun him. Oh, come on, Ross. Are you kidding me, man? Just dumped him. Come on, Ross. Are you serious? He just shortcuts it and hooks a guy. I mean, really? This is why Phoenix is going to turn into a cluster every time. I mean, really? You encourage them to just... Okay, first of all, yeah, this is just Phoenix, I guess. Ross Chastain, there you go. Just hooks him. I mean, come on, really? Wow. Oh my God. This is such a garbage format. I mean, what is this crap? Why are they racing on the apron in the first place? Every other track, they have track limits for this crap. Not Phoenix. They allow you to just shortcut the whole thing. I mean, are you serious? Just hooked him. Gosh dang it. Chase is not at fault. This is a restart, and Chastain hooked low. Look at this. Chastain just simply went in there as they're crossing the apex and knocked into him. They both turn left at the same time. And just, I mean, he hooks back to the right. That's the part that ticks me off, is once he started turning him, he hooks right and decides to dump him. I mean, come on. I guess this is how we're going to decide championships now, guys. We're just going to crash each other. This is NASCAR's format. This is what NASCAR wants. Like I said, guys, you can't blame the spotter or anybody. This is what happens. You go side by side down into this area. There's nothing you can do. I mean, are you serious? This is how we're going to decide a championship? What a joke. I can't stand Ross sometimes. Guys, I cannot believe I have to explain this. They literally came down at the exact same time. They both hooked left. Ross Chastain, once he was on the corner, hooked back to the right. You notice how Ross Chastain wasn't stuck behind him spinning? Ross hooks back to the right. Ross didn't lift, he hooked right. He had a choice there at that point. When they both hooked left, he can lift or he can turn the guy. And he chose to turn the guy in front of the entire field. So there you have it. That's just apparently how things are going to go now. I cannot believe this is how NASCAR wants their championship decided. This is a joke of Phoenix. This is why Phoenix is going to... I can't stand that stupid apron. Like they said, imagine the chaos of going 6 wide into corner 1 and everyone piling up in the corner. Like, that should never be something that a track is talking about. You know, I never heard Kansas say, imagine they all file off into turn 1 and there's a big crash. That's not something I'm ever going to promote. I hate people getting crashed. And the fact that NASCAR intentionally designed a track to encourage this type of stuff to happen... just frustrating. Yep, he's going to lose multiple laps here. No, nothing's going to fix it. NASCAR is broken as a sport from top to bottom. You know, at the end of the day, NASCAR wants more money. They want the teams to run themselves into the ground and give them no room. But, God, I cannot explain this any further. I don't understand how you don't understand. When Ross Chastain came down, yes, Chase Elliott was not clear. Once he started getting Chase Elliott turned sideways, he has a choice. He can lift to not wreck a guy, or he can hook to the right. He chose to hook right and spin the guy. That's Ross Chastain for you. He's done it all season. I don't know why people are thinking that Ross Chastain is suddenly not going to ever race someone like this. This is not news. We'll see if there's any speed in the car. Dude, Chastain was not going left because he hooked back right and almost cleaned himself out going back on the track. Wow. All right, coming back to the green, Ryan Blaney on the bottom. He gets a good launch, as does Chase Briscoe on the top. Joey Logano already up to the lead. I hate this stupid shortcut. I hate it. I really do. I cannot get on board with having a shortcut at a racetrack. I just can't. It's gimmicky, and that's exactly what it is. It's a gimmick. All right, let's see what the Elliott lap speed was. 28.8. That's not very good, although he's in traffic, so. But that's not a very good lap. All right, as they run, it's going to be Blaney, Briscoe, Logano, Byron, Chastain, and then Bell in 6th. So championship contenders all running up front. All right, so it looks like they've met minimum speed. There's a reason Ross is asking if the 9's hurt, because he does feel bad about it. I don't think Ross is a jerk that just spins people and doesn't care, but he hasn't learned. As I said, I will say, I don't think Chastain intentionally turns into people or gets into them. I think he's just too aggressive. Oh my gosh, the broadcasters are really going to defend it like this is a good thing. Hook left on the restart, guy comes down on you, just hook right and dump him. I mean, there's a reason the 9 didn't get slightly out of shape. He got full-blown turned around backwards by the time he hit the wall. Oh no, do we have a car blowing up? All right, so no smoke at the moment. They're not sure, but it's still running. So it looks like they're still good at the moment. 24, 23. All right, so the Elliott car's starting to get rolling. 2016, Logano Edwards. Yeah, I didn't like that either, NASCAR Bros. Like, I don't know why people thought that was such a great incident. You know, Logano got a better restart, hooks left. The minute Carl Edwards comes down, he hooks back to the right and dumps Carl Edwards head first into the wall. Like, I think it's gimmicky. I do not think that having a giant apron available to shortcut and create these problems is a good thing. I've never liked it. I've never liked it since they changed it. That's not new. You know, the idea that they're like, hey, someone can come from 35th on back and new tires and just, you know, go 7 wide into a corner. That's not appealing to me. Yeah, his championship's over. What a bummer. What a dumb way to end this. What a dumb way to have your season ended. I mean, like I said, it's just, that's just what we have for NASCAR now. What a shame. No, guys, Chase Elliott's car is bad. I mean, this thing is running 28 nines. You know, its pace is significantly off. He's just going to have to hope for yellows so he can come and fix a couple things. But like I said, it's so frustrating that a season can come down to this. And I mean, what did Chase Elliott do wrong? He went left on the restart, as everyone else on the bottom lane did. And Ross Chastain just happened to go left at the same time and hook him. It wasn't like either of them did anything wrong. I can't blame the spotter on either team. The only thing I get frustrated at was Ross Chastain. The contact originally was not my problem. You know, you went left, he went left at the same time, you made some contact. I get that. My frustration is, instead of your reaction being to burp it and move and, you know, get off the guy while you're turning him sideways, is to hook right. I don't like that reaction of, oh, well, guy's turning in front of me, I may as well spin him all the way around. Like, no, try to keep the cars running. You don't want to crash people, but that's not my frustration. Like I said, it's not the little contact. The frustration comes from once you make that contact, what do you do? And when your reaction is hook right and finish him off, that I don't care for that. Because if he lifts, yes, he's going to lose spots. I can't say that that's something he should have to do. But some of that's part of racing. It's called give and take. I don't know how you guys can say he never turned right. He was pointed at the inside wall and then ended up in the outside groove. Like, you don't do that by not turning left. I mean, just what a shame. That's how your championship comes down. It's a shame. It really is. I mean, imagine this for every other guy. Imagine Kevin Harvick. Your season comes down to NASCAR not throwing a caution for rain and you're eliminated in 2020. That was wrong too. You know, like, this is just a stupid way to crown a champion. It always has been. I've never liked it. And the only reason I'm super ticked off now is because it's like, now they're not even going to race for it. You know, hell, chances are Chastain's going to get wrecked by the 9. I mean, let's be honest. The minute he tries to lap him, he's getting fenced. Okay, then the 22, he's going to run away with it because the 20 is about to blow up. Like, what was the point of all this? All right, let's go back up here. Where are we here? Oh, the score is broken. 28-7 to a 28 flat. So, yeah, like I said, not even close to the pace he needs. I will say, I'm surprised at the lack of speed under the 24 right now. Well, if he hooks left and goes under the apron and then suddenly goes straight, that's the equivalent of going to the right. Like I said, he chose to basically turn the guy instead of lift. And that is what it is, I guess. But it's just, with such a long way to go in the race, I don't know. I'm just beyond myself that this is how championships are going to be won and lost in this stupid series. It's embarrassing. 9 car running 28.9. His car ain't holding on. Wow. Why did I even watch all season? I watched all season, and the championship comes down to this? I mean, are you serious? I guess this is how NASCAR is now. I mean, I don't know. This is how it's going to end. You can have the best statistical season of any driver, like Harvick did in 2020, and you walk out with nothing. Harvick is actually probably the most screwed by this format, though. I think Harvick would have had 5 championships, and instead he has 1. And people, because of those championships, they look at Harvick differently. Harvick would be in the realm of Jeff Gordon in terms of championships, and instead we're sitting there like, oh, he's not even close. It's like, well, he would have been if we didn't gimmick up the format. You know, it changes how you look at champions, and I just think it's a bad way to do it. Thank goodness the last year we had with Larson, he didn't get beat. I mean, can you imagine? Truex wins a championship and a 10-race dominant season from Kyle Larson goes completely unrewarded. I mean, we got lucky. Yeah, the truck race was awesome, but let's be fair here. Zane Smith almost lost that championship too. Zane Smith almost got beat strictly based on the fact that a caution came out at the wrong time. Oh yeah, that Elliott car is too slow. So yeah, that season's going to end, unfortunately. What can you say? This is just how it comes down now. Yeah, I mean, right now, Joey Logano's in the driver's seat for both championships. So, that part's running really well. All right, Bell's going to get by Kyle Busch. That's for the 7th spot. Chastain is currently running 6th. I assume Elliott will be on going a lap down here soon. Like I said, do not be surprised if that one car does not get back around the 9. I would be shocked if he's lapped without contact. All right, there they show it on the screen now. I can see it. Chase Elliott's about one second from getting lapped by Blaney, and then that's 5 more seconds back to Chastain. So, like I said, I'm just telling you what's going to happen. It's whether we like it or not, that 9 car is not going to forget the fact that his season was taken away from him, and it's just that's what's going to happen. Yeah, he's 2 laps down now. There's no time. There's no chance for him to go get that spot back. I agree. I think Elliott didn't deserve 2020 either. I 100% agree. What a shame. Can you imagine watching your driver all year be the best, only for imagine it's like in the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl game, you're a Chiefs fan. You've watched Patrick Mahomes have an MVP caliber season, and some fluky thing with the turf gets ripped up, and he breaks his ankle, and they're just their Super Bowl's done. Like, I don't know. Like I said, it's just your whole season comes down to one incident, and I hate that. I think it is such a gimmick. I always have, though. I've always hated the playoffs, so this is not new. It's not like I'm flip-flopping. I'm being very consistent. I hate the playoffs. I said it yesterday. I hate the playoffs. I always have. So, points-wise, it looks like only one of the regular season point champions is going to win a championship this year, and that's Zane Smith, because everyone else got taken out. I mean, a stupid fake yellow at Las Vegas is what cost AJ Allmendinger his season. Like, let's be real here, guys. This is a gimmicky format. AJ Allmendinger's season was ended by a fake caution at Las Vegas. I mean, I'm getting so ticked off watching a sport all year long just for gimmicks and stupid crap to determine the entire outcome of the season. I will not get on board with that. I think it's disgusting and stupid. Chastain coming up on the 9, about next lap or so. All right. Chastain got by. So all clean and clear. Looks like they got the 9 cleared away, so they were going to let the 1 go, and said season's over. It's just such a bummer. Like I said, it's the same thing that Carl Edwards. I don't blame Carl Edwards one bit for walking away from this sport. It doesn't. You know, AJ, as much as I agree with you about, he could have spun and not, he could have gotten hurt or whatnot. At the end of the day, this is the NASCAR thing. They want to see this kind of stuff happen. And I'm just not a fan of that. I will never be a fan of the idea that, imagine the NFL says, after a season of dominance, injuries to the leading team. Like, we don't want to see the best teams get handicapped. Yet NASCAR consistently handicaps the best cars to try and make a show of it. And I'm not a fan of it. I mean, the Chiefs' offense is too good. We're going to start them trailing 30-0 every game. Like, do we really want to see that? I mean, really? Is that what we want to see? Yeah, AJ Allmendinger, 17 top 5s, 28 top 10s. 28 top 10s in 33 races. And you know where he ended up? 5th. Stupid. And that, again, not just 5th. He ended up 5th because of a fake yellow at Las Vegas. Like, it ticks me off so much to watch an entire season for NASCAR to have goofball things like that happen that dictate the entire change of a championship. That's what drives me nuts. I watch an entire NFL season, and guess what? At the end of the season, the better teams go to the playoffs. Oh, I kind of like that. You watch the entire NASCAR season. Did the best teams make the playoffs? No. Martin Truex was like the 4th best car all year. Where'd he end up? 17th. Sorry, 18th, because Ryan Blaney's car didn't make the playoffs either. So he's going to end up 18th in owner points. Stupid. Like I said, I've said it yesterday. I'm getting less and less interested in NASCAR every year. Why? Because you get down to the end of the year, and you're basically asking yourself, oh, remember watching that full season and what it led up to? No, because it didn't matter. I watched the whole season, it led to nothing. It all got shuffled up and turned into garbage. Like, I'm over it for that. Good news for you guys. Keep an eye on the website for Black Friday. There might be a huge diecast collection going live. So, might be worth a watch. Chastain is about 3 seconds off of Logano. 4 seconds for Bell. If you're Ross Chastain, I come now. Or Christopher Bell. Unless you think you're going to catch him in the later stages of this. Ross Chastain is struggling in the traffic of William Byron. I say go into pit road. Get what you need. Give yourself a shot. I only watch for Kevin Harvick. Once he's done, I'm done watching NASCAR. I don't blame you, man. Especially as a Harvick fan. Like I said, you guys have been screwed. He should have had 4 or 5 championships, and he has 1. Because of this dumb format. Jeff Gordon would have 7 if it wasn't for this stupid format. It's just, there's so many examples of drivers who have been hosed out of what they've earned because of a gimmick. I guess they're not going to come early? I guess Chastain, they think they're better on the long run, so they're not going to go for it. Somebody do something. Bell, come on in. Are you kidding me? Is nobody going to do anything again? You have a championship on the line. Oh, Jimmy Johnson's 7 championships would have been only about 4. I'll say it loud and proud. Jimmy Johnson and that 7th championship was the flukiest thing I've ever seen. Even in that format, he was not the dominant car. It took a BS yellow from NASCAR and a bunch of cars getting crashed out for him to even end up in the front. Like, that's what I mean. 2016 irks me to this day because of the gimmicks that took place that day. I can't appreciate the 7th championship of Jimmy Johnson strictly because it was so gimmicked up that it's just a black eye. I hate it. I guess nobody's coming in. Don't ask me why. Bell finally pits. About dang time. Briscoe coming in. Good call. Finally, people willing to do something. Driving me nuts how nobody was willing to try any pit strategy. Bell is in. Good. Briscoe and Bell are making their move. Now, if you're Ross Chastain, I say if Logano comes next lap, then you have to run long. You have to. Pitting 1 lap later than Logano does nothing for you. You have to pit late if you're going to, at this point. He's made his bed, now you have to sit in it. Oh, Ross Chastain's in now. I mean, I guess Logano's coming next time by. I don't know how that's even a question at this point. Joey Logano coming in. Oh, trouble on the Chastain pit stop. Yep, Logano's in. Like I said, these guys, nobody tries strategy anymore. I don't know. If you're the one, you stay out. You have to force the 22 to be afraid of you, and instead the 22 is going to come around with no issue. Hey, but Ryan Blaney may finally get that win. All right, well, Bowman is in. LaJoy is currently scored as the leader. Then it's going to be Blaney, Briscoe, Harvick in the top 3. It looks like Kevin Harvick's going to get that 19 straight top 10s there. I'd rather have the original chase compared to this playoff system, but at the end of the day, I just hate both of them. I mean, no other motorsport in the world plays these dumb games. NHRA tried, and I think people hate that format over there too. It's not like it's new that people don't care for this stuff. Christopher Bell, big run on the 22. Keep an eye out. Christopher Bell's coming. Bell to the bottom. Great run off the corner. He's going to be right on him. Oh, Christopher Bell is there. Meanwhile, Briscoe starting to run down the 14 car. Or sorry, the 12 car. Oh, Cody Ware, what are you doing? About put Bell in the fence. Can you be anything other than a hazard someday, please, Cody Ware? You're just known as a hazard. That's not a good thing. You should be kind of disappointed in yourself. Oh, Logano stuck in some dirty air. Bell with another good run. Good run off the corner for the 20. Oh, I tell you guys, Christopher Bell is there. We have a battle on our hands. All right, get out of the way, Corey. Come on, pull out of the way. Corey, burp it. Come on. Give him some space. Jingle Bell, he's there. Boy, in traffic, Christopher Bell has just caught them all at the wrong point. Meanwhile, Ross Chastain is starting to fall back. He does not seem to have the pace he needs. He is a solid about 4 seconds behind the two leaders. I feel like if NASCAR is going to decide it at a one race, that should be at a neutral track like Kansas or Michigan. Honestly, it shouldn't be anywhere. It shouldn't. There shouldn't be a quote unquote championship race. All races matter. Why they get to have this decision of like, oh, only certain races matter? It's dumb. It's always been dumb. It's not like it's something new that I just don't care for it. Oh goodness, Tyler Reddick almost got run over too. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead has pretty much subsided. Ryan Blaney's starting to run away with it. So Ryan Blaney might get his first win of the year with 60 laps to go. No, sorry, is it 50? 50 laps to go. Ooh, Briscoe went really high in that corner. Just to keep an eye out. Where is Chastain? 9.4 back. Okay, so he's actually losing ground. Yeah, if Blaney and Logano win, they're going to get to do dueling burnouts. Where's Larson? He's in this championship hunt, too. He's in 10th. A wrecked car is slower than Rick Ware. That's shocking. I'm shocked, I tell you. All right. Logano still trying to make his way around Harvick. All right, Elliott finally had to come to pit road. All right, here we go. Still 50 or 40 some laps to go now, right? No, 50. Right? Yeah, 40 some laps to go. Final stop for the 9. He was going to go back out there, try to finish off what he can, and at least finish the race. He cycles out around Kyle Busch. Where's Kyle running? Oh, good grief. Did Kyle have an issue on his stop, too? Oh, 7th. Okay, he came out around 7th. Actually, it looks like he's going to come out in front of the Chastain car. Oh no, Bowman crashed in his first race back? That's not good. 45 to go. Oh, wow. Oh, crap. He looks like he hit it hard, too. It's a hard crash. Got turned on the straightaway. We'll see how that happened. All right, well, we're going to have more pit stops, I assume. Well, and let me point this out, guys, because this is something I was talking about earlier. If Chastain had stayed out on the race... Good Lord, Michael! What was that? Michael McDowell just took him out. He was not happy with Alex Bowman or something, but he just junked him. I mean, just went up and nailed him in the back end and spun him. Not sure what that was about. Yeah, they're coming out of the corner. He's inside of Todd Gilliland, and the 34 just comes in like there's nobody there and just sends him. Dang. That sucks, man. McDonut, he gave him something, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. That was kind of unnecessary. All right, coming to pit road. This will be the final cycle of green flag stop, or not green flag. This will be the final cycle of pit stops as they come to pit road. Oh, never mind. They're not. Pit road's not open yet. There's a tweet. Let the demo derby begin. Sadly, I think that's exactly what it's going to be. Have a good one, A-Shock. No one's at fault? Nah, dude, are you kidding me? The 34 is at fault. I'm not even going to... The 34 is clearly at fault there, bud. The 48 held his line, and the 34 just drove through him. That is not a nobody's at fault situation. I don't know, man. If I'm Ross Chastain, I'm taking 2 tires. I'm in 9th. What do I got to lose? I'm too far back otherwise, you know? Do a shot. I'll do a rant video, just like I did yesterday. It'll probably sound very similar, too. But I'll have a rant video. It'll be out later today, probably. All right, here they come. Into pit road. Little hang up on the left front, or the right front for the 20. Hang up on the left rear. Oh, Christopher Bell, stop is taking forever. Bell is out. No way he wins a championship now. Horrible stop. Over 22 seconds. He's going to be last on the lead lap at this point. Oh my goodness. Chastain gets up to 8th, but everyone else is gone. Tough stop on pit road there. You know, and this is the thing too. You know, a bad pit stop can cost you a race, but a bad pit stop can cost you your whole season. Does that really seem necessary? I mean, does it really? Like, to me, that's something that I look at and go, it's pretty ugly, man. You know? I don't know. I just don't think a pit stop should cost you your season. I don't know. I am so fed up with this format. I'm about to that point where I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna go watch sprint cars all the time. Oh, Keselowski's car has caught fire on the racetrack. Sounds like another Ford issue. All right, so coming to the restart. Yeah, they did give Logano a third. My gosh, is that first pit box the line? Because he did not beat the 4 out, but I guess if the line is at the end of the pit box, he probably did. Oh, Martin Truex speeding on pit road. He's not allowed to have nice things, apparently. Good grief. 14 is the leader. How is that? By the way, Christopher Bell came out 16th. So if I'm Christopher Bell, I think at this point I'm saying I'm just going to run it out. Stupid cars catching fire again. NASCAR hates the blue ovals. No, well, don't ask me. I do not care for the idea of everyone buys the same parts and pieces at Walmart and puts them together. It's just not good, man. Let the clown show begin. That's right. Just realized Chase Briscoe could have been a champion this year. You know, if things work out a little differently last week, Chase Briscoe would be hunting a championship right now, and he'd be leading the race. I just want to point out how silly that is, that Chase Briscoe, a guy that's been running literally like 16th to 18th in points all year, could be a champion with a total of like 4 top 5s or something stupid. Maybe it's 5 top 5s. But we're talking a tiny amount of top 5s. I mean, that's just nuts. Got bored? Hey, can't be bored with Chase Briscoe in first, but Yeah, he's got an ice pack. He got his hand pinched in between the nut and the wheel. Yeah, we do need something entertaining. What a boring race. What a dumb race. All right, just a quick note, by the way, for the score update. Seattle now leads Arizona 17-14, and the Bucks still trail the Rams 10-6 now. All righty. Oh, for crying out loud. Guess we're going to add another lap for some reason. Question is, where do you pick? Which lane do you go in? Kyle Busch running 6th, by the way. Great run for the M&M scheme for the last time. If I'm Kyle Busch, I'm giving Chastain the bottom. Because right now it'll be Harvick. It'll be up to Byron if he wants top or bottom. I would literally give Chastain an extra row if I'm Kyle Busch, just for the hell of it. It has been a weird year for football. It's been bad. I think part of that comes down to with the new players agreement, they have less practice and less hitting now than ever. So when you get to game time, some of these teams just frankly aren't ready to go. Oh, will Hamlin get his payback? He starts right behind him. Chastain goes to the bottom as well. Shout out to AJ Allmendinger, by the way, guys. Still running in the 10th position. Great run for him today. Let's get this over with. 34 laps to go. I wonder if they fixed the 9. They brought him into pit road. Is he still 3 laps down? No, he's 2 down, so maybe he wave around. All right, coming to the green. Green flag back in the air. Oh my gosh, they're 4 wide coming out of the corner. There's not enough room, is there? All right, Chastain to the bottom of Byron. He's there. He's going to go for that spot. The 1 car is absolutely driving the wheels off it right now. He's putting everything he can into this. Oh, Blaney's blocking. Oh, come on, Blaney. Don't be that guy. He's blocking him. He just... Oh, wow. Come on. Don't be blocking, dude. All right, ship him, I guess, if you have to, Chastain. I'm not a fan of the idea, but I think you almost have to if that's how they're going to race you. Because Blaney just absolutely chopped him. Come on, dude. 22 gets back to the lead. He is now to the front. Yeah, the one is starting to recover, but, I mean, way too late. Gosh dang. I mean, really? Blocking from teammates? Really? God, Junior Motorsports does nothing yesterday, and Penske's like, screw that, I'll block the hell out of somebody. Come on. All right, 28 to go. I just want there to be a battle or something. Blaney is there. He's going to the bottom of Briscoe for second. Quick note, Kevin Harvick in sixth. So getting even closer to that top 10 streak. Yeah, Chastain doesn't have the speed he's going to need for this short run. Three Fords out front, and you can guarantee they're not going to let Chastain get past him, so he's going to give it his best. That's something Ross definitely does, but I just don't think he's going to have anything to get past two different cars. 26 to go. We should be able to pretty much etch this in the book without another yellow. I don't think we're going to see any more moves, so that's great for Phoenix, isn't it? Once a car's out front, you know they're going to win. Blaney might run him down. Blaney might have a shot at him. But outside of that, there's nothing that's going to happen. Bell and Elliott are out. Bell's in 10th, so he's got something. But yeah, Elliott's out. He got crashed out. Like, he's been done. He's 2 down, so. Yeah, it wasn't really like intentional turning. Ross and Chase both turned down at the same time. Like, both were trying to dip below the apron. Chastain caught him in the left rear, and instead of lifting, he went back to the right and just spun him. And that's the only thing that disappointed me. I said the contact was unavoidable. They were both making a move for the same part of racetrack. The part that was avoidable was the spinning. You know, he would have had to lift, but instead he just turned him, and that's the part that drives me nuts. Is like, instead of ending a guy's day, yeah, you may have to lift, but that's because it's a racing deal. But it is what it is. You can't fix it now. It's just season over. You know, your season can be changed and ended by somebody else. That's why I hate this format. Nothing Chase did wrong. He turned left just like everyone else. Just, you know, bad luck. That's part of racing, right? Well, that bad luck just cost him an entire season. An entire season. Stupid. Sorry, it's stupid. All right, 20 to go. Chastain's starting to look to try and get that spot from Chase Briscoe. Meanwhile, he's racing with William Byron. Bell back in 10th. Blaney, 0.8 of a second back. Oh, Chase, are you blocking? No, Briscoe went high. Okay, he gave him a lane. I was like, are you kidding me? Give him a chance, dude. Here comes the one. He's going to go to the high side. Here goes the one to the inside. He's going to crowd the 14. Yeah, just ran into Briscoe. Hey, do what you got to do. At this point, he's going to block. You just run into the door of him. But he's 2.6 seconds back, so a long way to go. Briscoe and a Penske, but he's a blue oval. The Fords work better together than any other manufacturer. Like, Fords take care of each other at every single racetrack, not just Talladega. It's actually, like, really well done on this for the side of the Fords. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney has caught Joey Logano. I hope Ryan Blaney gets the win. He's had just such a tough season. And if he can finally snag that W, that'd be really nice. Great run through that corner for Blaney. Blaney's there, man. Go get that win. Yeah, Blaney's there. 16 to go. Unless there's a yellow, that's right. It's going to be decided between the two Penske cars as far as for the win. .38 to Pitton. I wonder what that's about. Oh boy, the 12 is coming. Despite all, well, again, the next gen car, like, the next gen car has great parity. Okay, it does, and that's a good thing. The problem with that is with parity, it's more unpredictable, which is what we like, right? Is that how we want our championship decided? By unpredictability? I personally don't think so. You know, I think that's where the negatives come in. All right, so the battle for the lead has calmed down a little bit at the moment. So about half a second now, Joey Logano has pulled back out on Ryan Blaney. Ross Chastain's starting to try to chase down, but he's just too far back. If there's a caution, it won't need to, but it just comes down. Seven laps to go. Chastain's got better speed, but I think unless Blaney races his teammate for the win, it's not going to happen. Yeah, 7 to go. Five to go in this season. Did they fix that 9 car? I kind of want to see what their lap times are. 29-1. Oh, no. It's still junked. It's still bad. Worth a look. Four to go. Yeah, Logano's pretty well got this. Like I said, unless his teammate even tries, but... Four to go. Three to go this time by. It's a second and a half. He's going to try it. At this point, I think Chastain is close enough. He's going to try it. Coming around. White flag is coming around. Man, Blaney is there. White flag in the air. 1.3 the gap. Yeah, he's too far back. I just don't think he can try it. All right, Chastain. Oh, you can't see it. Nope, he ran it normal. Blaney tried, came up short again. Winless season. So Joey Logano, your 2022 Cup Series champion. Best driver all year? No. Most top 10s? No. Laps led? No. Any other stats? No. Sadly, that's how our format works. But he's a 2-time series champion. Well done. You know, at the end of the day, they had the best car today. The Penske cars, although they've been struggling all season long, they had the best cars once the playoffs came around. I mean, Blaney, really good all through the playoffs, really. Just tough luck, made some mistakes. And Joey Logano now our 2-time champion. Joey Logano, by the way, guys, is now better than Kyle Busch. No, I'm just kidding. He's not. He's tied with him. But he is better than Kevin Harvick, according to the rules. Joey Logano is better than Kevin Harvick. How does that feel, Harvick fans? Because I hate it. I think that's totally backwards. Well, I'm not going to lie. Season, a little disappointing. By the way, guys, for those who didn't know, Kevin Harvick gets a top 5 finish. So Kevin Harvick, with that win, or not win, but that 5th place, breaks the record. Kevin Harvick has the record. Most top 10s in a row at a single racetrack. 19 consecutive top 10s for Kevin Harvick at Phoenix. Incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Elliott never had the speed today. He looked like he was going to have a decent car going late, but unfortunately he got Chastained. I mean, like I said, I don't blame Chastain for all of the contact. I just blame him for hooking back to the right. That's the only part I can blame. But at the end of the day, this is what NASCAR has for a format. I can't respect it. Not very well, at least. So, it's just a bummer. I watched all season long. Now, Joey Logano was second coming into the I think he was second coming into the championship. So Joey Logano still had a great season. Do not get me wrong. But, I mean, Chase Elliott ends up 4th after all the work and all how well his season went. And just, it's a bummer. To have your favorite driver run the best race of anybody and for him not to get the title. I mean, this is how everyone else felt, though. This is how guys felt back in 2018. When Kyle Busch had such a good, dominant season. And 2018, oh, excuse me. Oh, that did not feel good. And in 2018, when that happened, he ended up with nothing. Nothing. And it's just a bummer. So, I mean, I can't fault Logano. I'm obviously not a huge Logano fan, even though I have to see him win all the time for some reason. Like, I've seen all of his Kansas wins because he wins at Kansas 3 times. But then I also saw him win at Pocono and then Gateway this year. So, let's see. Where did Kyle Larson ends up? 9th. He ends up 3rd of the championship for teams. So, not too bad. Chastain statistically deserved it. I don't know where you got that. There's nowhere Chastain statistically deserved it. I don't know where you're getting that number. Hooking back to the right, comical. Glad you never had telemetry available. Dude, I don't need telemetry when you look at a racetrack. If you're 1 lane from the wall and then you end up 3 lanes from the wall, you moved. Isn't that crazy? It's shocking. No, I said... Oh, my God. So, Steven, I will correct you. I said they were both going for the same spot when the contact was made. I didn't blame either one of them for that. What I blamed them for is once the contact was made, the choice was made to, instead of lift, hook back to the right and spin him. That's what I had the problem with. They were going for the same spot. I didn't fault that. The contact was unavoidable at that point. But what was avoidable was hooking back to the right and ending his day. Season sucked. I don't know if I'd say the season sucked. It was a decent season. A lot of parity. I'm just disappointed because I think, unfortunately, with the amount of parity in this car going forward, we are not going to see deserving champions anymore. And with the Martinsville move, we're going to be stuck with playoffs forever. So if NASCAR is not going to fix anything, I might just go watch something else. I watched the whole sprint car season, and Brad Sweet had it locked up with 1 race to go. And yet, World of Outlaws is still going to keep the same point format next year because the best driver with the best average finish won the championship. So I have no problem with that. Even if it's not my guy. At least I know that I watched all season, and that guy that ran well all year, hey, he won it. But in NASCAR, it means diddly squat. And that's the part that I just, it drives me nuts. Oh, next to Bell. Okay. Well, he did beat Bell, so he ends up 2nd. But, when your season can come down to you getting taken out, that's the part that's a bummer. I don't blame Chase or Ross. I said the only thing that drives me a little nuts was Ross not lifting. I get it. It's a tough restart, but to just hook right, you're spinning a guy. That's the difference. I'm not going to let, if someone's coming down on me and not giving me a little bit of room and I make contact, I'm going to try and help him keep it straight or at least not wreck myself. But to just say, oh, screw that guy, and then go to the right, not my thing, man. Yeah, if we're using the format, Chase would be a one-time champion, and I'm okay with that. What drives you nuts is when you watch a whole season and you don't get to celebrate your season because you didn't win one race. You know, it's like, hey, my guy has been running well all season. It's been nice to nice to have such a great season, and then at the end of the season, you have to say, oh yeah, no, he's fourth. For the second straight year, he's fourth. You know, and it's just, you know, unfortunately now, you can't take championships seriously. Denny Hamlin said it. He'd rather win 12 more races than win a championship because championships don't mean squat. You know, he's like, I'd like a championship, but I don't think that what gains you respect is the championship. I think the championship respect has gone way down since they started this format. And that's the part that just, when the drivers and competitors, I mean, look at the NFL. Every guy's like, I want a Super Bowl. I want to win the biggest game, you know? In NASCAR, they're like, what would you rather have? 50 wins or, you know, a championship? And they'll say 50 wins every time. Because the 50 wins shows, oh, you were a good driver through your whole career. The championship shows you may have fluked your way to the front, you know? Because it can happen. That's my problem. But anyway, I'm going to have a rant on that later. No, I mean, the problem, like with any of these, at the end of the day, all of these races are going to come down to just flukiness at this point. And again, with the next-gen car, I'm okay with fluky races. I really am. With a weird kind of track position style races, I'm good with it. But to decide a champion, not a fan of that. You know, anyone can win on any given Sunday, right? Okay, I'm good with that. Now we're going to have anyone can win a championship on any given Sunday. Well, now I got a problem with that. Because, like I said, Chase Briscoe was one spot away, or a couple laps away from getting in this Final Four and potentially winning a championship. And this is not a championship caliber season. So, like I said, 31 wins for Joey. Great season. You know, he was right there on Chase all season long. You know, had a great year. Honestly, if they had double points today, he still might have won it under regular points format. Because he was the one that was chasing down Elliott. So it actually may have been pretty close. But, you know, it's just... it just is what it is. I can't... I have to go into the offseason a little bit kind of irked. And I find myself doing that more and more, and I'm not a fan of it. You know, hey, to be fair, I was not an Austin Cindric guy last year. I didn't like what happened to him on the last lap. You know, I don't blame Daniel Hemrick for throttling up and giving himself a shot at the win, but for that to be what costs you a title, if somebody throttles up and doors you, and then you get wrecked, or not wrecked, but, you know, throttle up, door you, run you out of the way, like, Austin Cindric ran the better race. Austin Cindric ran the better season. Austin Cindric got used up and lost the championship. Did the 22 do something wrong? No. He did nothing wrong the entire race, the entire season, ends up with nothing. I can't get on board, you know? So, anyway. Let's see here. For the third time since NASCAR has been awarding regular season champions, the regular season champ has not won the championship. It's more than 3, isn't it? 2020, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2019. No, sorry, 28. No, 18 was good. No, yeah, 18. 2018, 2020. Yeah, no, it's happened 7 times. In this format, 7 times the regular season champion has failed to win the championship. So does that tell you that it's doing a good job of crowning a champion? Because to me it doesn't. 7 out of 10 times the guy in front doesn't end up in there. Sometimes they don't even make it to the Final Four. Sorry, can't get on board. Never will. Just the way it is. How to make NASCAR great. Fix the safety, no more stages, no chase, and no Texas. I can agree with all those. I can agree with every single one. Listening to Ross Chastain's interview right now, you know, gave it all he had, and hey, second place points. He was better than Chase Elliott this year. It just is what it is. Just wait till they expand the playoffs. Just wait, guys, when they go to an 8-car finale. Just wait till NASCAR puts an 8-car finale in the championship. Just wait. It'll be the most clown show thing you've ever seen. Just wait. It'll be hilarious.
Good interview from Ross Chastain. All right, listen to the Chase interview now. Chase Elliott does not even address Ross Chastain, just ignored it. All right. Yeah, didn't even touch the Chastain thing. I imagine that's not going over well. You're just talking in specifically top 10s and top 20s. Yeah, no, I'm talking the whole season. Wins, laps led, all those things that kind of matter. Yeah. No, it's not. Oh my God. You get Chase haters are just nuts. I can't even explain it. I don't understand the people that think that he's just a talentless hack. He's been at 3 Final Fours by now. Like, are you that stupid that you just have to have that blind hatred? I can't help you there, So, yeah, I can't help you there. But Christopher Bell seems a little disappointed, obviously, with his run. Bad pit stop at the end really cost him his shot. But like I said, I hate the format, always have, is what it is. But like I said, I think it's a racing incident, is the way I put it. It's a racing incident, but what drives me nuts was after the racing incident, when the contact took place, Chastain goes back to the right and sends him. That's what drives me nuts. Like, if you wash up in the corner and get a guy loose, and then you run into him again to finish him off, that's when I get mad. You got him loose, okay, stop there. But then to run into him again and finish him, that's the step I don't like. Especially when you're the one that overcooked it going onto the apron there. Like, just not a good thing, man. Chase is a really good driver, but his fans get on my nerves. Well, to be fair, he's the most talentless hack in the entire field, according to most people. So they are, but next to Kyle Busch, the most trolled fan base, and I don't blame it. Ross should have lifted. Again, not even maybe lift, but just give him a shot to make the corner. Like, you didn't even give him a chance when you go back to the right. Just give him a chance, you know? Instead, you just ended his race. You didn't even give him a chance to save it or straighten it. You just ended it. That's where it drives me nuts. You don't live for a championship? No. I guess that's the one way to put it. That's how you crown championships now, unfortunately. You know, you work all season to get put in the Final Four just to get dumped. I don't know. What do you say? That's just how it goes. All right. I'm just going to end the stream here. I got too many people going nuts in the chat about how bad Chase Elliott is. So I'm done with you guys. Sorry. We have too many trolls going tonight. I'm just not wanting to deal with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and shut the stream down now. You'll have a review, though. There'll be a rant going. But like I said, unfortunately, there's just too many trolls. I'm not going to deal with you. Sorry. So